Hey YouTube, Leah back again with another video, this time coming on here with, as the title says, another foundation review. But before I get into it, I want to go ahead and announce my January giveaway winner, and I'll list that person's name down below right now. Congratulations, and if you didn't win, don't fret, I'll be doing another giveaway very soon, so stay tuned for that. Now without further ado, let's get into the regularly scheduled program. So, as you can see, I have already done my eyes and my eyebrows portion. You guys don't really need to see that. This is about the foundation. Now, my face kind of looks shiny right now. I just applied my moisturizer. I always apply Pond's Dry Skin Cream. I find it works best for me. It really settles into the skin. If you guys know, I do have dry to normal skin. Lately, I've been a lot more on the normal side, which is very weird. I'm like, I am gonna appreciate this. I don't have as dry skin, so I would say right now I'm more so on the normal skin type, which is awesome. And like I said, today I am reviewing the Nars All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. Now, as you guys can see, it does have a pump. It comes with this pump, unlike the Nars Sheer Glow Foundation, which does not come with the pump. I had to buy the pump separately for like $7 from Nars online site. So I have the Nars Sheer Glow in the shade Tahoe, and I have the Nars All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation in the shade Cadiz. Now, I picked out Tahoe on my own in the store. I don't think I had any help. I picked out Cadiz when I went to Sephora because I heard a lot of people say that the All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation isn't kind of the same as the Nars Sheer Glow, so don't really go off of what you are in another shade in the line. Go off of maybe trying it out for yourself. So I was like, let me allow this person to help me pick out my foundation. Now, this foundation, like I probably already said, is $48 from Sephora. That's where I got it from. It claims to last 16 hours, which is all day in their book. I like how they're kind of being upfront about it. Like a lot of foundations say we're all day, we're 24 hours. Nobody is wearing their foundation for 24 hours. All day is really 16 hours because you're probably going to take it off for sleeping time. So they're knocking off 8 hours and they're giving you 16 hours of wear, which is good. I like how they're being honest about it. They do also have Tahoe in the All Day Luminous Weightless, so I could have gotten Tahoe, but the people said in the stores that Cadiz was closer to my shade, so I went with them. But then again, they also told me that Caramel was my shade in the Creamy Radiant, and Biscuit really worked phenomenal for me. So I'm really skeptical sometimes of sales associates and letting them pick out my shade, but for a point of reference, I am in C42 and MAC, so if you guys need a point of reference. So I'm going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. As you guys know from my last foundation review, I think this foundation primer is very much so, I've seen people use it universally. I've seen people with very dry skin use it as well as people with very oily skin. So I think this primer is a very much so neutral primer. Now, if you guys are familiar with my video, I've tested out the Nars All Day Luminous throughout this work week. So every day, Monday through Friday of the week, I've tried it with a beauty blender, with a sponge, with a brush, with any device to see which worked best for me. I figured out that the beauty blender worked best for me. A lot of people's videos I've seen talk about this foundation, I've seen them mention that they applied it with their fingers. I don't apply any foundations with my fingers. That's just me. I just don't. I feel like as soon as I apply it, then I'll have to go wash my hands, and then I'll have to touch the doorknob, and then I'll have to touch the door and all that stuff. So yeah, I just always try to use an applicator for all my foundations, whether it's a beauty blender, sponge, brush, anything like that. So I have wet my beauty blender. I love the black beauty blender too. Side note, I don't know what's the difference between the black one. I know it's the pro one, but I love the black beauty blender. It's so easy to clean too. But side note. Now, this is the foundation. It says to shake well, and that is true. I've noticed in this week you have to shake this well. I don't know if it's picking up on camera how liquidy it sounds, but it sounds like it's 90% water. So if you have oily skin, something like this does not sound good to the ear. You don't want to hear your foundation sound like a a full case of water. And you don't want a foundation with the word luminous in it either if you have dry skin. Luminous isn't like your best friend if you have dry skin. What I like to do is apply my foundations directly to my face too. I know a lot of people like to apply it to the back of their hand, but for me, I like to use as much product as possible, or use as much product as possible without wasting it. So I like to apply it directly to my face because I know that's where it's going to go eventually, and I don't have it somewhere on my hand, somewhere on a piece of paper, somewhere anywhere else. I like to have it directly onto my face. So it is runny. That is one thing you need to know about this foundation. It will run. Oh, and it says 1 pump is needed. Sure. So this is it after first application. Now it does have a kind of a glow about it. It does look very luminous, but as I've worn it throughout this week, I've noticed that it does kind of dry down to satin after a while. So initially you're gonna get this very dewy kind of look that I have going on right now, very luminous, very shiny kind of look, but it does kind of dry down. Now, I don't know if it dries down on oilier skin people. I'm normal to dry, so I know for me it's always going to be a satin finish. Now, I don't know. This would make me feel frightened if I was an oily person, because I would think, okay, I'm oily already. I'm going to have to immediately set. Now, I don't set any of my foundations unless I really, really know I'm going somewhere and I'm going to sweat it on off. Like if I'm going to a club or a party or something like that where it's going to be hot lights flashing down on me, I always set my foundations. But I'm not going to set my foundation today, just kind of give you a realistic way of wearing that. I always wear my foundations. If I set it right now, it would be totally something I don't do. So now I'm going to apply the rest of my face, come back and let you guys kind of see how it looks, and then I'm going to come back, you know, of course a little bit later to show you how it wears after a few hours. So stay tuned. So this is what it looks like in natural sunlight after I've applied my blush, highlight, contour, lipstick, all of that. Like I said, it did dry down to a kind of satin finish. It's not fully cakey matte right now, but it is dried down. So I definitely like to apply or like show my foundation in natural sunlight, because this is how it looks when you're seeing people, when some people are seeing you, approaching you. How you apply your makeup in like a dark kind of room isn't really how it translates in natural sunlight. So this is how it looks, and I will come back and kind of after a few hours and let you guys know how it looks. I've tried this foundation before, so I know how it's gonna look, but for you guys, see you soon. So now I have been wearing the Nars All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation for about 3.5 hours since my last video. I have to say, I love this blush. It has come through. This is a combination of the matte copper tone and the Nars Unlawful blushes. I noticed on their own they don't stay as long as they do together. Like I've been wearing the copper tone, it fades away after about 3 hours. I've worn the Nars Unlawful, it fades away after about 2 hours. But it has really come through. But this isn't about the blushes that I have on right now. It is about the foundation. So as I said in my last foundation review video, I'm very thorough and very methodical with my note taking, and when I come on here I want to review a product and really have the information and everything on it. So I took notes this week as I wore this foundation, so I could kind of come on here and tell you guys what I experienced with the Nars All Day Weightless All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. They need to come up with a better title, it's too long. This product is very liquidy, slides all over the face. don't like that much about this foundation. You have to be very fast acting with this foundation. Get in it and get to using it quickly, because it will run off if you're applying it directly onto your face like I do. If you're applying it on the back of your hand, it still runs no matter what. So you have to be very fast acting and be mindful that this product is very much so liquidy. I found that the best applicator with this foundation is definitely a beauty blender or sponge. Brushes soaked up way too much of this already liquidy product, so you end up using a lot more with a brush than you do with it, either your sponge or your hands or anything like that. The brush soaks it up because it is so very liquidy. Two of the best primers that I used this week with this foundation were the MAC Strobe Cream and the NYX Honeydew primers. I test out this product each day with different primers, and I would just say that those two worked extremely well with this foundation. I would have to say that the claims on the foundation, does it last all day? Definitely. The longest that I've worn this foundation throughout my work week was from 8 a.m. one day to 8 p.m. So I've worn it 12 hours. Not the 16 hours it claims, but within the 12 hours, my face did look flawless and be throughout the day. So that's one thing I definitely think it gets a check mark for. It's definitely all day. Is it luminous? Absolutely. I think it could be too luminous for somebody with oily skin. With oily skin, you would have to set this thing so fast and with so much product. But for somebody with me, the normal dry skin, definitely gives you a good glow from within. It doesn't look too slick. I was scared that when it said luminous, it was going to mean dewy, but it didn't give me a dewiness at all. It gave me a very much so satin skin-like finish. The weightless claim, I definitely say it's very much so weightless. It's not heavy on the face at all. It doesn't settle into your smile, your impression, your expression, any kind of lines. It doesn't settle at all, which is good. I noticed with the Revlon Colorstay, it very much so settled into my lines. For me, the Nars All Day definitely gets a good overstanding point over the Colorstay just because it does not settle. So yeah, I think it's all day, it's very luminous, and it's weightless. So everything this foundation claims to be, it definitely is. I definitely say this foundation is a medium to full coverage. I think it's medium if you use the recommended 1.5 pumps it says. If you use like 2 to 2.5 pumps, I think you're getting more so on the fuller coverage range. I definitely, with all my foundations, I never use the recommended amount. I think I use about 2 to 2.5 kind of pumps of this foundation on my skin. So yeah. Like I said, the Revlon Colorstay was a lot more matte than this. This is definitely a more satin finish look, and I think that's what I love about it more so than the Colorstay. The Colorstay looked very much so airbrushed, and my skin did look very flawless and beat when I was wearing it, but it was a lot of makeup. I noticed that night when I had to take off the Colorstay, I was wiping for days, as opposed to this, I don't have to wipe that much off. Now I decided that, just like my crochet hair videos, I'm going to start ranking my foundations and how I feel about each one. Now I definitely have to say my number 2 now is the Colorstay, just because it does settle. It is very inexpensive. It is only $8.99, but the fact that it does settle into my smile lines definitely gives it a very much so I don't need all this. I want the foundation. It does last all day, but I don't want it to last all day and be like you know, all these markings all over my face. Don't need that. So my number 1 now is the Nars All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. Long title. They need to work on that. But would I repurchase this product? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Even though it's my number 1 out of these two right now, I have foundations I love better than this. I love the L'Oreal True Match Luminous Foundation. If you saw my Ride or Die video tag, I love that foundation. That's my number 1 favorite, and it does everything this foundation says it's gonna do. So why would I spend $48 when I could spend $10 on that? I'll do a review on the True Match a little bit later, but like I said, this foundation is good, but it's not my absolute best. I like it, but I don't love it enough to spend about $50 on this. So yeah, if you love this foundation and you tried it out, let me know down below. Like, if you're a die-hard fan of this, definitely let me know. For me, it's a good foundation, but I definitely think that I have ones that I love over it. So make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.